Thank you and welcome back, fellow city builders, to another episode here on the channel. I am Sergeant Towel. So today, after a lot of thought and a lot of just kind of messing about in my own personal game, I think we're going to be wrapping up season 2 today. I do, I know tourist season came out. I still haven't even messed with that yet. There's still a lot of things I haven't done on this map, but I want to I'm a firm believer in whenever you're doing something to try and learn what
Competitors are now at war.
whoosh, try to learn from the mistakes I've made. So like there's quite a few things we're gonna walk through today that I messed up on, and hopefully anybody who watches this or has joined me through this whole series won't make those same mistakes that I made. And we're also going to talk about what my future for the next season's going to be. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily name the seasons per se because I don't know if I do enough building, enough editing, enough cutting to do that in any of these. But let's cover some of this stuff first. Let's start off with some of the things I think I learned from this particular season. I still feel like I prefer building in Crown Falls, so like I prefer to get the bigger population here. I didn't do a whole lot over here with building up. I literally just kind of build up enough to be able to move on to Crown Falls. I don't know. There's something about over here I don't like building on.
Now just smuggle it out.
I also find maybe because I don't do much of the fighting portion, or I don't like the way the war mechanics are in Anno, that I tend not to play with AI. I find like they kind of get in the way of what I'm trying to do. And maybe that's the point, right? So you can't just have whatever islands you want and have everything on it, right? But I find more enjoyment of the production. I'm actually working on a couple of videos talking about like some of the early game items that are actually really powerful when put together. They really synergize really well. They can actually, especially with docklands, like create create an extra produced item that you could be using to trade off. But that actually kind of brings me into one of the things I think I did wrong here, right? So I've got my, besides my ugly building, because I didn't use quays or anything, but so every one of my islands have the dock, right? I think. Do they all have it? Yeah, they have it in one shape or form. But so here's the thing. I have a lot of items that have grown up in level, but I have not yeah, see, I haven't even done, oops. Probably should have did that at some point. Oopsie. Move that back down there. If you don't know what I'm doing here, I'm kind of just moving them up so they can continue to gain their export volume. So if I do need them to move up, I can move them up. If not, they'll just kind of sit there. They won't always move up if there's no space to move up. But what I feel like I kind of did wrong is not really trading off the 13 items that I could trade, right? What I mean by that is I trading so many different things and they're all moving up. There's nothing that, like, once you've unlocked a minimum of the 13, you have everything, all the requirements to build almost whatever you need with the Docklands main wharf. But what I'm trying to say is, like, schnapps, like, I should be producing enough schnapps to trade that on every island. Because over here, I'm not even, yeah, see, like, I'm not even making use of it because I'm just not trading it from here. So having it as the legendary level is just not, well, actually, no, I am doing it for this. But if you go, Crown Ores, I guess I'm kind of doing it there. So I am doing it somewhat in some of the places. But, like, over here, I'm trading, well, potatoes. That's a bad example because that's in the other world. But like, I really should be trading kind of like, what am I trying to say here? Not just trading random items, really just like trading all the same things to leverage what level they're in, right? Number two, I wanted to other than like your initial building, like I really should have moved these off to other islands, all my production stuff. One for the achievement, right? Because
Creditors have agreed a peace deal.
okay. There's achievements I really would like to work on with the next season. Like I think that season's just going to continue from, continue on. Like I'm not going to cut it like I'm cutting with this one. As I said when I first started the series, there was a lot I was going to have to learn about what I'm doing here, and I want to be able to implement that because now I have some pretty good ideas. And with tourist season out, there's probably not going to be a DLC for a little bit. But I started this with that not before tourist season, so we started this back in March of 2021, and here we are in mid-July. But I haven't left myself the ability to make use of tourist season in here. And I do almost feel like building in the circular setup here actually kind of works a little bit better. But I didn't take advantage of items, so like that's another thing that I didn't. I did not leverage right. So like I've got him in there, which is great. So like I was making a killing money wise, but I should have been working to reduce my use of items and what you're using up. Right. So getting an item in there to stop the using of canned goods and rum. Like that would have benefited me a lot. I don't think I did that anywhere on any of these, but I also should have been like building up my workforce, and I didn't do that. So I got like the income there. Income. Yeah, so like I definitely did not leverage that to my advantage at all. So I guess I kind of did that over there. I did that more for the workforce than anything else. But I also sat on farmer and worker workforce for too long that I just didn't need. And in turn, it carrying a bunch of things I didn't need. And I didn't really need money at that point, but I should have been pushing people up further. But when it comes to the achievements, like I really want to get some of the achievements done. And like the importer one, what I understood about it, like I obviously wasn't getting it. So you can't actually produce anything. That includes like using these. But like I'm producing a lot of things here. Whereas I need to maybe think about next series really having everything being produced on the islands outside and feeding into here. I mean, it's going to be incredible how many ships are going to have to try to come through here. But I really want to try that with the next series. What other things did I not like about the way I handled this? The
Is for the kids. More likely find me out and about of an evening, seeing what's what.
okay, can we stop talking? But I didn't item hunt nearly as well as I should have. My production, I was still bringing stuff in from the old world, and that really just kind of messed with a whole lot of other things. And I initially liked the way this was setting up, but I actually found there was kind of problems with it. Like, it's not my build, right? So I didn't know about these problems ahead of time, but like you were going to run into a problem where you were going to need more engineers. Where were they going to come from? You could have just built an influence farm and pushed them up through to get what I needed there. But I also didn't realize like engineers could benefit from here. Like I could have been using, more here. So the more engineers, the better. And I actually find it pretty easy to support the engineer stuff that they need other than coffee. So yeah. But even like the new world I did over here, I guess I kind of did it here. Not as it's all turned around. I was like, why does this look so weird? But I didn't. I really filled up this area where I was going to need more workforce, but I packed everything in here. I need to be more aware of how I'm building and separate things so I can use items and space a little more efficiently. So don't do that. Like when you're, it's when you're starting, especially like in the new world, you're like, oh, I got to build everything close because you're really hurting for resources. But don't pigeonhole yourself in, I guess is the best way to put it. So like I've got no way to expand any more housing here. I would need to go build somewhere else and then have it to build another boxing arena or more chapels or whatever. Right now, this boxing arena can cover everything I need.
A thank you for all you've done.
Okay. But if I expanded out further, I wouldn't have been able to. But like I got some banana corn over here, some corn over here. Like I didn't build as cleanly as I could. I was never going to use the Bright Harvest stuff over here. Maybe you should. Now I'm thinking about it. There is a lot of oil out here. But like I was late over here, right? So all these islands are taken up. I can't do anything now. So yeah, over here. Like I didn't get to the Arctic. I still have never played in the Arctic. I am not somebody to ask for that, but I don't necessarily like the way I set up tracking here. To get the when we do start the next series, one thing we are going to have to bear in mind is I'm going to use all this stuff, but to get that achievement, I'm gonna have to destroy it all, get the achievement, and then rebuild it again. And I might even do that just in my personal game, just to not have to mess with the YouTube series at all. But like, I told everybody I wanted to move all of this stuff off to other islands, but look how much stuff I'm building here. Like there was just an incredible amount of stuff I'm producing here, and it would have been a gigantic pain in the ass. Not even gonna lie. These neighborhoods were kind of cool. I never really did decorate them, but I think we've all figured out that's really not. It's just kind of not what I do. I made tons of money, which was nice. Wow, most of that money's coming from investors. Holy moly. But the next series, I really want to produce things on other islands and feed it into Crown Falls. I don't really want anything produced necessarily here. Yeah, and I like I said, I definitely didn't leverage my items very well. I was pulling them in, but I didn't realize how some of the items really synergize with each other. So I look forward to retrying that again. Like I didn't even leverage trading very well, right? So hold on, let's come down here. Like in my opinion, I should almost be only trading in for items that I need for like scholars, right? Because I don't want to have to try and produce them in Land of Lions or in Besa and send them back over here. But like I'm buying in work clothes right now. Like there's items that could benefit from that, where I can get production increase on the knitters and get, the bowler hats, right? But I didn't do that, and I really should have. Coffee seems to still always be a bottleneck. I think I have an idea of how to fight that the next time. But yeah, I shouldn't be sending. I don't know. Let's take a look at our routes, right? So we're sending. I'm sending stew back. I'm sending clay pipes. It's almost easier just to buy it in. I know that probably seems cheaty. And maybe it's not, because you really do have to produce quite a bit to make that type of thing happen. But even like hold on, let's get out of here. Go to my Land of Lions area. I managed this okay. But again, like having AI just kind of annoys me a little bit because they get in the way. They're doing different things. Yeah. Like even over here, I could have built smarter, built everything over here for housing so that I could just use this for farming. But I built my housing so close that, I had to stop at a certain point, right? Don't make that mistake. Figure out an area where you just want to kind of do all your growing, especially where you're limited over here because of water. and finish the quest line over here as quick as possible because it is just brutal. I might even actually skip that, not skip it, but I'm probably gonna do that offline in the next series because man, that took way longer than I was expecting it to. Same thing with Nate's thing and Crown Falls. You know, I'm also fully willing to take any suggestions that are left in the comment section about how we want to handle the next series. I hope for it to lead up through to the next DLC with a little more plan. I don't know how well the just kind of talking as I play comes out for this type of game, but
Only the Lord
who knows,
can
right?
create.
Ugh. So I think I do kind of like the way I kept, well, sort of the way I kept my ship routes. It's going to be even more important if I plan to feed everything from certain islands. I need to make sure that I plan them a little bit better and move over to cargo ships as soon as I can. What else? But I think yeah, and like I didn't.
Celebrate your leadership.
And so here's another problem with like this particular build. I can get a lot of stuff out of it, but like, not that it was going to be the prettiest thing in the world, but like I would have liked to put the World's Fair in the middle of everything. You know, I never even used palaces, right? Where is it? Under here? Artisans? Kind of already forgot where it is. There it is.
Your city has grown more beautiful.
Wait, what? We built a palace somewhere? Where did we build a palace? I'm not sure where I built it. Where in the world did we build it? Annie, I get. Whoop. Nope, maybe that was it.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Maybe I built. Oh, it's because I built the foundation for it over here, right? Yep. But even like, I didn't mess around too much with this. Where like, I probably should have, because I could. There's things I could have been doing here to make it worth it. You know, picking. You know, all types of little cool things we could have been doing here. But I definitely want to get into that. And I just didn't build this well enough. So like my kind of idea is next time is build around these, but in the middle leaving kind of the guts of it. Or specifically building something around that.
A special edition for a special happening. This makes everybody happy.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad I made you happy. But but yeah, I think even with what I've learned, and maybe because I've played the beginning portions so much, that I think I'm going to be putting out a few smaller tutorials just for things that I remember trying to Google that I could not find answers to. But yeah. So with that said, you know, it'll probably be, you know, usually I upload twice a week. So usually Wednesdays and Saturdays, I think Anno goes up. It'll probably be a week in between, and then we're going to start up a new series. Yeah, and I mean, I will take you guys through the. I still plan to only do enough building in the old world to get me to Crown Falls, and I'll do most of my building over there, I would hope. And then if we start needing more resources, start pulling it in from the old world if we need to. But I hope everybody's enjoyed this series. Not that I want to cut it short. I just think it's getting a little messier than it should. And I hope with more experience here on YouTube and recording that I actually plan a little bit better. But thank you for checking out the this series and all the support that's come along with it and all the views that have come along with it. I do appreciate it. You know, any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, because I do want the feedback, whether good or bad. I'm okay with both. I'm not gonna go cry to my mama because somebody said something mean. So when it comes to the next series, we are going to be starting clean on a fresh new seed. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to cherry pick the seed. I might just do random. I don't know. I think this one was like my kids' birthdays or something. I don't even remember. But maybe I will hand pick the seed. I don't necessarily care about the traders being close in the old world, because again, with Docklands, I don't know if that's as important. But I'm not going to be playing with any AI. Again, the difficulty of the game doesn't necessarily dictate my enjoyment of it. I just kind of like building and playing and learning new things as I go along, and maybe teaching people not to make the same mistakes as I do. But there'll be no AI. That'll probably be the last. That's going to be a long series, because I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to build through the next DLC. Can't remember what that next DLC is going to be, but we're going to build through or play through that, and hopefully not make the same mistakes that I made on this one. I don't think I realized how far the bank actually goes out. Wow, that's actually probably more important to be closer to the middle, because I'm not sure if I'd are you reaching that level? Yeah, you actually start to lose some access over there. But yeah, I'll come up with my own build. I'm not going to be using the fandom builds anymore. And I'm probably going to build more in the circles and make more use of the town hall things. And maybe go for, you know, kind of a goal of what I want of balance here. So, gonna be no AI. I'm probably going to cherry pick the seed. I guess it really doesn't matter. I don't care about the fertilities and stuff. And that we are not going to be building. We might have to initially. I don't know. I'm not totally sure. I mean, we're not going to. You know what? No, we're going to make a rule now. Nope. There is going to be no production here other than wood to start. And then we'll pull the wood once we have built it on another island. But you kind of need the wood. Or we can just probably bring it from the old world, right? Nope. That's it. I'm making an executive decision. There's going to be no anything being built here. I can pull raw resources. So like all these guys. I can pull all this stuff out of here. But we will not be we will not be building any production on Crown Falls. Man, that's so scary. It's making me take a second breath when I'm thinking about it here. Hold on. Might as well check out this rescue mission whilst we are at it. Okay, well, at least I didn't get wiped off the face of the earth. I'm going to be looking for a new name for our next guy. Or maybe we would just continue to call him Sergeant Towel. I do not know. Actually, probably just call him Sergeant Towel. But that's where we're going to call Season 2. Call it to a close. Thank you for all your support and checking out the series. But until next time and next season, be good to each other. Take care of yourselves. Towel out.